Ish.
Okay.
Okay, we're talking about the vampire pregnancy issue.
First, we're gonna read it aloud.
Her explanation? Yeah.
And comment as we go. But we won't... We'll try not to go on rants. I'll try not to go on rants.
I'll try really hard.
Try really hard. Till after. Let her have her say.
And then we'll...
And then we're gonna go all over that.
All up in there.
All up in there. Okay.
Oh, Nikki.
Vampires and pregnancy. When did that idea occur to you? How does that work? The big question.
The big question that everyone's been wondering and no one can find a real explanation to. Because it doesn't work.
The first seed, no pun intended,
Stephanie, you're witty.
Was planted when I did Bella's computer research in Chapter 7 of Twilight. Bella reads about several real vampire legends, the Danag, Estri, up here, etc., etc., etc. In the novel, I only mention a few of the many legends I read through. One I didn't mention at this point was the entry on the incubus. The unique feature about that legend was that the incubus could father children.
I
said. And filed that kernel of idea away from
Wait, but
later.
the incubus is totally different. Tech explained this in her video too. The incubus needs to have sex to live.
Oh,
Everyone
yeah.
can't be an incubus if he needs to have sex to live, because obviously if he's a 107-year-old version, he does not.
Well, the incubus is a legend, so that's probably a different vampire.
Oh, good point.
So maybe it's like a really horny vampire that
Maybe
we're
it's
talking about.
based on what's-his-face's father. No.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's guy's
Whoa, maybe she'll explain that, and then that would actually give some of her character's substance a little bit.
But she didn't in Breaking
No,
Dawn.
I mean in this. It would still not count. She probably won't because
let's see.
character depth is too much.
Let's see. Okay.
Let's give her a chance.
When I decided to write the first sequel to Twilight, Forever Dawn, I knew it was going to revolve around a hybrid baby from the outset.
Why?
Well, I picked up on that. I knew she was... I just predicted that.
You called that way before.
I really did. Okay, when my editor...
It's bad fan fiction.
I know. The way she did it, though, was not how I wanted. I really wanted it to be...
And really, if she was gonna do this, and she wrote herself into this hole of having no other plot other than the baby, the explanation that we will give that could have been possible later, she could have figured out, put in the story. Yeah. Anyway, we'll get to that.
She could have, yeah. I don't even remember.
I remember it.
Well, you got it, Brain. You got it. When my editor and I decided to go back and really develop Bella's last year of high school, I did so with the knowledge that it was all going to end up with the events in Breaking Dawn. Everything I wrote was pointed in that direction. I was always very careful when I answered the "Can vampires have babies?" question. I know. I knew
I'm
you were going to say.
I'm sorry. Just keep going.
Because I didn't want to say anything incorrect, but I also didn't want to make the future super obvious. I focused my answers on the female half of the equation. That's how I knew, because she was affected. Because she was always talking about the female vampires, how they can't grow.
But it's pretty obvious that they can't have babies if their bodies are like living stone. I mean, obviously you can't change.
Yeah. Female vampires cannot have children because their bodies no longer change in any aspect. There's no changing cycle to begin with, and their bodies couldn't expand to fit a growing child either. I purposely evaded answering the question, can a male vampire get a human female pregnant, to preserve a tiny bit of surprise in the last book. A tiny bit?
That was only the most massive surprise/bomb she could ever drop on the fandom.
Which I called FYI.
Yeah, you called it, but I know. Overthought it.
I know.
Or maybe you just thought it rationally.
Or, yeah, because I know. I know, baby. Okay. There were many statements on this subject purported? Use words we can understand.
Stephanie, we know you're smart in some cases. You don't need to use big words.
She's like really smart, like when it comes to like words I don't even know.
She just writes like she's really wordy.
Yeah. To have come from me. But I never made those comments because obviously I knew where this was going. Now on to the how is this possible question.
Because I want to know.
I want to know. I'm looking ahead and already I can see. Okay. First of all, of course, how is this possible? First of all, of course, it's not possible. None of this story is possible. It's a fantasy story about creatures that don't exactly
How do you know they don't actually exist,
When you text the fantasy, how it works. You know what?
It doesn't
You're really hurting my other vampires' feelings, Stephanie. Thank you. Please leave. It is possible in some places. So just leave my vampire friends alone. God, she's so racist against vampires. God, I hate it. Anyway, however, this is how it works.
How much of this did you write? God, it's like pages.
She's
tendency to giggle when I say the word seminal fluids in public. Oh God, we're getting to that. Can we like skim through a little bit because this is wicked?
No, we have to pick this one apart.
Okay.
Vampires are physically similar enough to their human origins to pass as humans under some circumstances, like cloudy days. There are many basic differences. They appear to have skin like ours, albeit very fair skin. The skin serves the same general purpose of protecting the body. However, the cells that make up the skins are not pliant like our cells. They are hard and reflective like crystal. A fluid similar to venom in their...
Similar to the venom in their mouth works as a lubricant between the cells, which makes movement possible. No, this fluid is very flammable.
Okay, so they have like oil.
So yeah, they've got like, hi, I've got gasoline inside me, which keeps my cells
I like
moving
the
around.
oil. They like... It's like... Do you want me to use the massage oil, Edward?
Oh, no,
I've got some. Let me
Don't
just
light a
squeeze.
match.
Oh my god. Okay. A fluid similar to the same venom lubricates their eyes so that they can move their eyes easy in their sockets. Okay. However, they don't produce tears because tears exist to protect the eye from damage, and there's nothing going to be able to scratch it, blah, blah, blah. The lubricant venom in the eyes and the skin is not able to infect a human the way the saliva venom can. Similarly, okay, she never said any of this in the book.
Could she really? Can you save all? This is all going to be in the.
I mean, you don't have to say it like
Twilight
this.
Saga that she makes everyone buy.
But she can. You know what? She could have just simply said the venom in the eyes and the
She could
and other bodily fluids aren't the same as the mouth venom. The mouth venom is the actual venomous part.
She could have said that their body.
She could have said that so easily. I just summarized it in like what, 2 sentences?
Right. She could have said
like
all their fluids are replaced by venom, except by venom, but only the venom in their mouth is poisonous.
Yes.
And hey, you know what that would have done?
That
would have explained like the sperm. It would have explained
everything. Carlisle could, and you know what? Carlisle could have been like, "Oh, I have a theory of how you could be pregnant."
You know,
bam, 2 sentences, and then we wouldn't have been so angry.
That doesn't explain how all the other vampires didn't notice that they had stuff coming out of their penis.
Okay, wait, we're gonna get to that. The lubricant venom in their eye, blah blah blah. Similarly, the vampire's body are many versions of venom-based fluids that retain a marked resemblance to the fluid that was replaced and function in many the same way and toward the same purpose, blah blah blah. There is no venom replacement that works precisely like blood. Many of the functions of blood are carried on in some form. Also, the nervous system runs in a slightly different but heightened way. Some involuntary reactions like breathing continue in the specific example because vampires use scent, blah, blah, blah. I know that. Other involuntary reactions like blinking don't exist because there is no purpose for them. The normal reactions of arousal are still present in vampires, made possible by venom-related fluids that cause tissues to react similarly as they do to an influx of blood. So that's how they're able to get it out.
That's it, yeah.
Okay.
Cool. At least she explained some of it, but would it have been so difficult to take out some of the useless crap you had in Breaking Dawn and put in this kind of stuff?
Yeah, like this is kind of important.
Yeah, like Carlisle could have explained all of this.
He could have like, I have a very educated guess
on
how you're pregnant. Here.
Yeah, here's all this information that Stephanie gives
and he
us
didn't have to say it in like this kind of
to kill each other over the things that can't happen in this book. Like, see, now after she explains this, it seems a little bit more possible. But she still totally shot herself in the foot by saying that all this can't happen. In the book, she kind of said that this stuff can't happen.
It's really her fault.
And if all of this is common knowledge, why doesn't Edward use a condom?